Condoleezza Rice asked me to come to her office without Jim.
Oh, what happened then?
It was an interesting meeting. She had a legal yellow notebook on her lap with lots of notes on it. And once I had taken a seat across from her, she barely looked up. She basically read in a very stern manner from her notes on this legal pad, which were just point after point about why this story would be damaging to the national security.
So she's reading to you?
I don't think I uttered, Leslie, myself in this meeting, much more than hello, and I will think about what you've said at the end, and I turned to leave. She just read from her notes.
It sounds very odd. Did you have that feeling?
I did. I felt a bit surreal. Her bottom line, after she went through the litany of reasons that this story shouldn't be published, was to ask me to make sure that Jim ceased all reporting on the story, which was really an extraordinary request. I told her I wouldn't make the ultimate call on either whether to publish or whether Jim should continue reporting, but that I would call her back. And she said this was such a sensitive matter that even to speak to her, I had to go to some other location in Manhattan that was secure to even speak about this on the phone, which I never did. I never did speak to her again. That was the end of it.
Did you give your opinion to the powers that be that made the final decision at the New York Times?
I did, and I regret it now, but I think that I leaned towards not publishing. It seemed in the calculus of all of the major stories we were dealing with at that point, not worth it to me. And I regret that decision now. I regret that I did not back a great reporter, Jim Risen, who I'd worked with and who had then worked for me and whose work I knew was solid as a rock.